Look, it was all good about a week ago for old Shannon Sharpe. I'm just being honest, I'm just being real, but them victims coming out now. Yeah, them victims coming out, and the way they painting this man, bro, I didn't see him like this, you know what I mean? Yeah, I didn't see him like this because I thought he was gay. You know, I'ma just say it, bro. I'm just keeping it in the book. I thought Shannon Sharpe was gay, but as the evidence comes out, bro, and he got a type. You know what I mean? Yeah, he got a type. Look, before we get into this content, bro, keep your judgments to yourself to the end of this thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, keep your judgments to yourself to the end of this thing. And I don't mean the video, bro. You gotta wait till everything come out before y'all start bashing the victims or before y'all start bashing old Shannon. You know what I mean? Because it's looking bad for him. Yeah, it's looking bad for him. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. It's looking bad for Shannon Sharpe. And like I said, he definitely has a type. Look, let's go into the content because the victim gonna tell you what happened.
Shannon and my husband at the same time. Shannon asked me to break up with my husband. And I don't recall for sure, but I think I did. And so, it's like, wait a minute, you want me to be with just you, but you want to move somebody into your house and not even tell me? So that's what it stemmed from. He's not a faithful person, so I wasn't going to be faithful to a non-faithful person. It just doesn't work that way. Not for me anyway.
Can you tell us just broadly, I know it's probably painful to relive this situation, but can you tell us generally what happened that day?
It was fighting, and usually we fought on the phone and not in person. So it was the biggest argument that we ever got in. And he was controlling, he was domineering, he was manhandling me beforehand, and he wanted to have sex, and I told him no. I told him no, because you gave it to somebody else. I didn't only tell him no, I told him why. And he wouldn't take no for an answer. So he overpowered me, put me to my knees, put his penis in my mouth. And after he got enough of that, he put me on the bed. And, this was all a struggle.
I'm going to ask something that might be a little sensitive or might sound insensitive, I should say. But I'm going to go ahead and ask it because it's a question that I'm sure people are wondering. Why didn't you file a police report when he raped you?
Because I was scared for my life. He said he would use it. Everybody he knows, and he knows lots of police officers. So I didn't know that if I went down there, that would be one of the people that he knows.
Keep it away from Shannon Sharpe if you don't want him to have it, because if he want it, allegedly, he's going to take it. Bottom line, that's what she's saying. Yeah, she didn't want to do it. When he want what he want, he get what he get. Point blank, period, dog. It's looking bad. Look, it went from bad to worse for Shannon Sharpe. It was all good about a week ago, bro. And like I said, everybody thought Shannon Sharpe was gay. So when you heard of the news, and matter of fact, that probably, if you really think about it, he wanted you to think that. Yeah, he wanted you to think that. That man is allegedly sodomizing and doing all type of shit. Look, bro, whenever the sex between a man and a woman, like for men, whenever that sex, like having sex with a woman becomes boring and the pussy just isn't for you anymore, bro, maybe you've turned. I'm gonna say that again. Whenever you stop enjoying a woman naturally, you know what I mean? Naturally, a lot of people are kids, but y'all ain't gonna understand what I'm talking about. You ain't been there yet. Look, bro, whenever this becomes, the ilmanite becomes boring to you and, I want something else, maybe you've already turned and you just don't know it. Yeah, all this domineering, animatrix type of shit, whatever they got going on, my nigga, regular niggas don't act like that. They making Shannon Sharpe into something off an old movie, bro. That country nigga with a type. with a type in it. He going for his type and he's making victims out of them. I can't make this shit up, bro. As long as the content keeps rolling out, bro, we got to talk about it. And as much as, well, I can't even say I like Shannon Sharpe. I ain't never even really knew him like that. You know what I mean? I was a big sports guy, but I mostly played sports. When it comes to knowing the players and nigga, if you ain't just Deion Sanders or somebody like that, man, I ain't thinking about old Shannon Sharpe. You know what I mean? Real shit. And that's not to take away nothing he did as an NFL footballer. It's not to take away none of that. It's just that I don't know him. Point blank, period. When you are one of the people that play, you ain't worried about the other players. Nigga, you just trying to get your shine on. If I would have stayed focused, I could have made it to the league too, but that's a whole different story, bro. That's a whole different story, because sometimes you have to understand, maybe your ego wasn't ready to go to that next level at that time frame, because that's what we seeing right now. All these people, including old Shannon Sharpe, you get that money and forget who you are. Yeah, you get that money and forget who you are. You're just a nigga. You're point blank, period. You just a nigga. And once you 9 shades blacker than most, bro, you got even more to worry about. So to be out there carrying yourself like you could do whatever you want in the dark and it's never gonna come to the light, shame on you, Shannon. Point blank, period. Shame on you. That's all a person could say. And when people say, you should have dated your age, bro, look, the girl 19, Gabrielle Zuniga, not this victim we talking about. When I seen her, I said, goddamn, I know she ain't 19. You know what I mean? So this is a whole nother victim, people. But Gabrielle Zuniga, 19, whether or not she's on OnlyFans or not, you know what I mean? Come on, Shannon. You got a daughter that's getting married, one in college. You got kids around her age. That's when it becomes from creepy to sadistic. Yeah, you are a sadistic fuck. Point blank, period. 50 some odd years old, could have got you a woman. You didn't have to get you one your age. But we talking about, bro, you getting something fresh out of high school. You niggas gotta understand. Understand one thing. Niggas that chase pussy finish last. I'ma say that shit one more time, because I don't think y'all understand that, understand the seriousness of that. We not just talking about STDs and all this stuff. We talking about shit, period, in general. Niggas that chase pussy finish last. You must find you something to focus on other than that ill nana. Point blank, period. Whether it's money, fam, you don't even want to just focus on money either. You could focus on money, but let's just be honest. Once you get enough money, you'll realize, bro, it's nothing else you want to buy. If you never got to that point in your life, of course, you're going to do the craziest things ever to get that bag. But when you realize, bro, the bag ain't even worth the trouble, you will be better off. And then the money going to come naturally. Sometimes you got to go without it to understand when you get it, what to do with it. Drop it in the comments, bro. Scores from the playground. Look, Shannon Sharpe, it's a wrap for that boy. You know what I mean? Whether or not he beat any of these allegations. Look, he tried to pay $10 million and let it go. Whether or not he beat any of these allegations, fam, his reputation is still fucked. Brutally sodomizing. And look, bro, when you start saying some of these words, black man chokes Lily, white woman, whether they was acting that shit out or not, when you start saying that out of your motherfucking mouth and they record you saying that shit, it never goes away, promise you. People got long memories. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground, like, share, subscribe. We going up. The content gonna keep popping, cause we ain't stopping and ain't worried about flopping. Real serious, you can't counsel the uncounselable. They don't want me on here anyway. But get what? They can't stop me. Scores from the playground. Look, y'all drop it in the comments. What y'all think about old Shannon Sharpe? I know a lot of people saying this is like a setup. They setting Shannon up. Setting him up. Look, bro. Shannon he set himself up. Yeah, this is, unfortunately, that's how the game is played. Only you could take yourself out this motherfucker? Y'all drop it in the comments. Scars from the playground. Like, share, subscribe, nigga. Peace. If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rare. People tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about this.